Explore the wisdom of the revered Narada Bhakti Sutras, a cornerstone of Hindu devotion, with His Holiness Swami Jyotirmayananda. Experience 45 enlightening lessons on the essence of Bhakti Yoga. Discover the path to pure love for God and transcend the material world. Embrace the teachings that have guided devotees for centuries. Attain spiritual perfection through devotion. Prepare to understand the depths of divine love. Find your path to spiritual enlightenment. Trust in the sutras. Follow these instructions. Be blessed with devotion. And now, His Holiness Swami Jyotirmayananda.
Om Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Om. Eruditions to the Divine Self in each of you. Bhakti Yoga is the path of devotion. Always remember there are four major aspects of yoga. Karma Yoga, path of action. Bhakti Yoga, path of devotion. Raja Yoga, also known as Dhyana Yoga, path of meditation. And Jnana Yoga, path of wisdom. In the Gita, Lord Krishna said to Arjuna, there are four types of devotees. Artha, Artharthi, Jignasu and Jnani. Artha refers to one who is in distress. Artharthi means one who is desirous of having possessions, wealth, resources for progress and success in life. Jignasu means one who is inquirer, who wants to know the purpose of life, the nature of the world, how to attain God realization. And Jnani is one who is enlightened. Broader meaning of these four is when you turn to God with a melting heart, it's called Artha Bhakti. Turning to God is through your whole personality. You are turning to God with a heart predominating personality. In that movement, you experience thrill of an amazing nature. Tears flow through your eyes. Whole body shakes. Lump comes into the throat. And when you blend spirit of surrender to God or worship of God with your day-to-day performance of duties, desirous of attaining success, that process called Karma Yoga, and that is described as Artharthi from broad point of view. And when you become interested in understanding who am I, path of wisdom opens for you. That's called, you become Jignasu Bhakta. In Artha Bhakti, devotion to God through your heart, Dhyana Yoga is implied. Therefore, Upanishad uses the term upasana, which is devout meditation. Four major yogas. If you practice them, you're developing an integral personality. Therefore, any idea that bhakti is not for me, I'm more intellectual, or those who have bhakti, they are little lesser. They themselves say they don't want liberation. Mukti bhakti ki dasi hai. Liberation is the maid servant of devotion. What I'm trying to say, never build up that narrow-minded view. Whoever advances on the spiritual path, all four yogas have to manifest in them, whether they like it or not. All four are perfectly interrelated. And from simple point of view, if the innermost self, God, is Satchidanandadiya, infinite bliss, that's what through your intellect you try to understand. If God is bliss, if the Atma is bliss, where will your heart turn to? Automatically that Atma becomes the focus of infinite love. Nothing is loved in the world unless there is a sense of joy. Atmanastu kamaya sarvam priyam bhavati. All becomes dear for the sake of self. Today I'm focusing on 9 modes of devotion. And I will explain to you the restricted aspect. The restricted aspect is for sadhana. The broader aspect is your goal. Any practice in yoga has restricted. Say, for example, we say, turn to God. The restricted message is, look around, where is temple? Put your shoes out and then go inside the temple. That's restricted. Broad, turning to God is something that changes your whole personality. And you begin to view the whole world as a temple. So keep the 2 points and not feel that they are contradictory. First, let me say, Shravanam, Kirtanam Vishnu, Smaranam Padasevanam, Archanam Bandhanam Dasyam, Sakhyam Atmanivedanam. This is from Bhagavad Puran, 9 modes of devotion. First, Shravanam, listening to the glory of God. The restricted form, come to satsang and then you listen. Listen to especially the scriptures like Ramayana, Bhagavata, the scriptures that speak of glory of God and His various leelas. Leelas are sports of God that engender in your mind a sense of devotion. How Rama is served by Shabari, and Shabari brings to Rama bare fruits. Bare fruits are special. Day by day she had planned to welcome Rama. And day by day she would pluck bare fruits. And to be sure that she is giving the sweetest, she will put her tooth mark into each one of them, peck into it. And it took many, many years until Rama did pass through. And Shabari, having welcomed him, gives the bare fruits. And Rama, when he eats it, Lakshmana was little dazed about it. But when Rama eats it, he says even it reminds him of his mother's food. All this highly allegorical. The spirit of Shabari must develop within you, which means there is a promise. Rama will cross your path. When? How long? Your mind should not be under stress about that. The very fact he will cross your path, he should be joyous. Then what should you do? Day by day, do good karmas. You shouldn't ask, where is the bear fruits? And whatever karma you do, action, put a tooth mark on it. Examine it, evaluate it. Did I do it? That will be pleasing to Rama. Is it in accord with laws of Karma Yoga? Does it have Karma Yoga value? Naturally, if you are doing actions to hurt others, that's rotten bear fruit. So, as you go on creating bear fruits in the basket of your mind, your whole mind, chitta, all good samskaras enter. And that's what you dedicate to Rama. Rama comes and he enjoys it. And Shabari attains union with God. Every devotional story has very ordinary meaning, and then there is extraordinary depth in it. So Shravanam, first point, listen to the glory of God. Jin Hari Katha Suni Nahi Kana, Shravana Randhra Ahi Bhavan Samana. Tulsidas. Whoever doesn't like to hear the glory of God, the stories of God, the holes in their ears, be careful there. Ahi Bhavan Samana. Snakes dwell in it. Simile is very clear but very practical. If you have not trained yourself to be interested in listening to positive things, the world is filled with the glory of God. Think, glory of God doesn't literally mean that a person has to exactly say Rama or Krishna or Shiva or start repeating mantras. That's in a restricted way. That's perfectly okay. But what it means in a broad way is your mind turning to positive. The entire world is God's creation. And when you talk to people, are you able to awaken in them positive? Are we urging them to become jealous or hateful? Then you are not creating an uplifting movement. And if you are eager to hear about gossips, backbites, then your ears are the holes. The snakes are going into it. That it's in itself, the listening aspect, if you really delve deep into it, it's very profound. How to listen. You have to have wonderful, there are so many sounds there in the world. A musician tunes his ears to a certain particular sound. So many sounds go on in your personality. Senses are clamoring in one way, thoughts move in another way. Deep behind them all, there is a melody of eternity. You have to tune your ears. Of course, sages have created wonderful scriptures. When you listen to these recitations of the Gita, Ramayana, and many other scriptures, or in all religions, there is different ways of praising God. That's a wonderful samskara that should engender in the mind of children. But as they grow, the listening has to become much broader. In every situation, you have the choice. You can create a type of communication that people may start talking on a higher level, that may start talking of things that are positive. And when you listen to it, you're listening to the glory of God. You must realize, be careful, this type of interpretation may not please Orthodox people. But the broader movement requires your whole life has to become steeped in spiritual movement. Spirituality should not be confined just to the extent you can go to the temple, to the extent you can recite your mantras, to the extent you go on doing your japas so fast that can be quickly finished. All that is wonderful, but watch yourself all the time. What is entering into your mind? What is supporting you in your day-to-day life? What is the predominating theme? So, if I go that way, it will take me a long time. Shravana. Listen and enables others to listen. Also, there are statements in scriptures, may I have 1,000 ears, not 1 ear, so that I can listen to the glory of God. There should be no satisfaction that I have been listening for such a long time. Oh, I know the Ramayana, I know the Bhagavata. No. You have been eating dessert so many times, still you want to. Next point is kirtan, singing the name of God. It's a next step. Same Shravana has become now a little more extended. Of course, kirtan, as you know, from a general point of view, in the temple or without the temple, in your puja room, when you recite mantra Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, or Hare Rama, Raghupati Raghav, Raja Ram, all that's kirtan. Kirtan is a very profound way of uplifting the minds of people and the masses. But your ideal is to go further. Things that you listen, even using an allegorical language. Say, for example, you are seated in a park, listening to the sound of birds, sound of the breeze. It may not be exactly according to your musical concept, but that's kirtan. Trinadapi Sunichana, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, one should feel humbler than a blade of grass In this world, there is no comparison. You shouldn't make any comparison. I am much better. Better than any human being, at least. I'm better than grass or worms. Not so. Every soul has its own value. You are not any better. That should again give you a sense of dejection. You are the whole ocean. Consider yourself humbler than a blade of grass. Taro rapi shahishnuna. Be more enduring than a tree. Enduring a tree is enduring, which means people pass by mango trees and they throw stones and the tree gives fruit. To everyone, the tree gives shade. Amanina manadena. Always give honor to others. In every situation, the instinct is, are people recognizing me? Reverse the instinct. May I recognize others? Such a person is fit to repeat and sing the glory of God. Next point is smaranam. Mind being involved in thinking of God. Again, from a restricted point of view, we are initiated into mantra. And then when you go on repeating the mantra, Tadjapa tadartha bhavanam, your mind goes after what's the meaning of it and what type of feeling should be aroused. And all that follows on the basis of repeating mantra is called a smaranam. Anything that you love dearly, there is instinctive remembrance of that constantly. A mother loves her child. So there is instinctive remembrance. Again and again you remember. Remembrance of God should become a source of great energy and inspiration. If you have not understood properly, then you say, well, I would have practiced a lot of japa and let the world go to hell. But I'm too busy. Simple similes are given, say, a mother is too busy in celebrating the marriage of her daughter or her son. And she works very hard. All the time there is a remembrance. The remembrance flows in her heart constantly. So much so she doesn't remember her own well-being. She forgot she had pain in her neck. So if without studying philosophy, etc., people have that ability, you become joyously involved in any project of doing something for a person whom you love intensely. Actions don't stop. You become more energetic. And your movement, your mental flow towards that person goes on increasing. That should be the same way with God. If you are remembering God, you should have a whole fountain source of energy from your heart for doing good actions, for being inspired. If you say, well, I've never thought of it, it doesn't happen to me, it doesn't matter. That should be the goal. Pada Sevanam. Next. Pada Sevanam is serving the feet, Pad Puja. That again restricted form, you go to the temple with various stotras, you offer adorations to the feet of Krishna, Rama, or whatever statue is there. That's a restricted form of Pada Sevanam. The broader form, the entire world is the foot of God. And more importantly, serving humanity, serving all creatures, any form of service. Even if you serve the head of a person, it is still the feet of God. All service should become a source of expansion of your heart, a source of profound feeling, with feeling of profound adoration to God, turn towards suffering humanity. You must realize each virtue, well practiced, will make you a saint, not after death, right here. And everyone is a potential saint. If you like a better word, sage, that's fine. Pada Sevanam, all actions that you do for helping others, try to expand your activity according to your capacity. Choose type of action that would be helpful to many. And while doing so, you think you are doing Pad Puja of God. The more you enshrine God's feet in your heart and wash the feet with your tender feeling of love, Ganges emerges out of it. The power of mystic purity emerges out of it, renders your mind clear. Ganga comes. Kabira man nirmal bhayo jaise Ganga neer. Kabira says the mind became pure, just like the Ganges water. Paache lage hari fire. Kahat Kabir, Kabir. Always I have been looking after God. Where is He? And the moment I reach close to Him, He runs away. I've been doing that through so many lives. But once you have purified your mind, that water from His lotus feet has entered your heart and has sprayed upon your mind. Paache lage hari fire. It is, table has turned. God is running after you. Saying, oh devotee, do not run so fast. Don't leave me behind. All these allegorical descriptions. Many things can be said in a condensed form in allegorical language. If we use very precise mathematical language, philosophical language, it will take a whole book. Now we come to next one, Archanam. The traditional, ritualistic form of Archanam is you recite different names of the deity and you go on offering flowers. Prakrityai Namah, Vikrityai Namah, Vidyai Namah, Sarvabhuteta Pradaya. Different mantras and you go on offering flowers. The spirit of Archanam must enter within you from a broad point of view all the works that you do from morning till evening, there should be a deeper level where you watches and you offer it to God. Every action is an offering of a flower. That should become an unconscious process. It should be confined to mental verbosity. In other words, you don't go on thinking, oh, did I offer that? It should become spontaneous, like the breath. It simply implies a profound sense of internal stream of feeling, which considers every work you do has become an offering to God. Vandanam. The next step is bowing down. That again is an elegant practice. Everyone bows down, and more precisely, Sashtanga Dandavat. All your body, 8 limbs touch the ground. Symbol of humility. You begin to train your ego that you are nothing. Surrendering yourself. From broader point of view, the surrender doesn't depend upon your body's action. Mentally you are adoring. Siya Ram mai sab jag jani, karo pranam jori jug pani. All beings are Sita and Ram. And therefore, what a wonderful. People work for having darshan of one Ram. Here everyone has become Sita. Karo pranam jori jug pani. So therefore, your mind is ready to do the pranam and enjoy it. Not in any special time, not depending upon some happening. Someone has been saved from somewhere, oh, now my mind. Whatever happens in the world, all is happening in divine plan and for the good of the soul. Next point is dasyam. You develop a sense that I am just an instrument in the hand of God. Remember when Rama asked Hanuman, how am I related to you? The famous statement is, Deha buddhyatu dasoham. To the extent I think I am the body, the psychophysical personality, I am a slave. You are the master. And there is benefit about it. Slaves don't carry the burden of the master's problems. So you keep the burden of the world on your head. I will just do your will. There is also elaborated on that theme. This is a great rich man and powerful man. He had a servant, a slave. The slave was a devotee of God. And this man was so impressed by his servant that one day he called him into his garden, and there was apple tree. And he picked one apple, he made him sit close by, picked one apple, peeled it off and sliced it, and then he gave one for him to eat. He's giving respect and kind of recognizing the slave, and slave eats it. And he goes on looking at the master's face and so happy. And he went on giving until there was only one slice left. So the master thought, this man has eaten such gusto, such taste. Let me taste it. He started eating a little and then he threw it out. It was so sour. He turned to the slave and said, "How is it? Why didn't you tell me? It was sour." He said, "Oh Lord, it's such a wonderful opportunity that came from the touch of your finger. And the taste of it can't be described." Now, try to understand the message behind it. Adversities are not planned by God. He is like a man giving you apple. And sour apples have more vitamin C. All that you have to think is being touched by God. Adversity is coming to you. You do everything possible to negate it, correct it, but all the while you understand the finger of God has touched it. And therefore the sweetness that is there, nothing can compare with it. That's dasya bhav. Then Hanuman says, Jiva buddhya tadai. From the point of view of Jiva's soul, I am an ansh, I am a ray, you are the sun. To the extent you consider you are an individual soul, using your conditioned mind, to that extent you view yourself as a ray, and God is the mighty sun. View yourself as a reflected sun. God is the real sun. No matter how little you are in constant touch with God. God is your support. Every reflected sun in a jar of water, no matter how limited it is, it cannot exist without the sun. You want to experiment it? Take it inside the house and the reflection is over. Therefore, the soul in you is always in touch with God. That again is figurative. Soul is God as you go on exploring and removing the ignorance. The last stage is Atma-buddhya tavaivaham. From the point of view of the innermost self, I and you are one. Threefold attitude should permeate a person's life. I'm a slave and you go on working. But not slave from the slave tradition of misery, but it's divine. I'm a slave of God. And then, Sakhyam, to the extent you are the ray, you are a friend of God. Like Arjuna was always with Krishna, Hanuman with Ram. And when you have total surrender, then there's nothing but God. Lali mere lal ki jit dekhaun tit lal. Meera says, I went to behold the beauty of my beloved. And then I saw that beauty everywhere. There's nothing else left. And looked at myself, I wasn't there either. Main bhi ho gayi la. So I have given you the 9 modes of devotion, and with this, may God bless you. Om Shanti.
Thank you for joining us on this journey of spiritual growth. It's an honor to learn from the wisdom of Swami Jyotirmayananda. As we part for now, remember, the quest does not end. Take time to reflect on today's insights and integrate them into your life. Until next time, stay open, stay curious, stay present. The light within you is always shining.